Millstone, a branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makapash.
double honors into the apostles, double honors into the elder bishops, salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. All right, the would-be judges, the 144,000, and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird. All right, the Israelite foreigners, and then to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning. All right, we say shalom. Now we just gonna jump right into it. What else? All right, I have a meme here that I've been meaning to post, but it says it's time for is it me or is 2025 started off really crazy, and we're only 8 days in. So this was a couple days ago. What's the 11th? So, but it says number 1, Bourbon Street tragedy. Number 2, NYC mass shooting. Number 3, LA is on fire. Number 4, bird flu. Number 5, volcano is predicted to erupt. And then number 6, Esau's claiming that they have an alien head. And they're pushing that narrative. Like an alien just left their head somewhere, But somebody get 2 Ezra 9. All right. The Lord is definitely visiting the earth which he made, and listening to different financial analysts, geopolitical analysts. They're all of them are saying that this year, this is a year. Robert Kiyosaki, I was listening to him yesterday, or no, actually this morning, when I was with Yadi, I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki, and he was saying that he believes that everything's going to go extremely bad by the end of January. He don't even think we're going to make it out of January without more financial collapse and events. And I hope so. Yeah. All right. Okay. I really do hope so. Bring that scripture up, who's ever got it.
This is the book of 2 Ezra 9:1. It says, he answered me and said, measured out the time diligently in itself, and what thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Right, we measure the times by the way of the prophecies, man. Hey, we look at different news articles. We align with the prophecies that's written in this book. And it says, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right, earthquakes, it's going to get into it. Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and the roars of the people in the world. Right, every country you look in, there's some type of protest, or some type of whether it be something with the money, whether it be something with the government. There's some type of protest going on in or uproars of the people's going on in these different type of countries, man. It says, verse 4 says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right, all this was planned out ever since the beginning, man. The Lord has mapped these different things out.
God, and he puts it on the spirit of men to make it so. All right, Albert Pike, he wrote a letter in the 1800s. I want to say it was 1871. Someone can look it up, but I think it was 1871. The year is not important. The fact is that he wrote it, and he talked about 3 world wars. All right, and that the First World War would establish the central bank, well, that's the Federal Reserve and the World Bank. The Second War would put the issues in the land of Israel, and then the Third War would end all religions and bring a one world religion. And then Albert Pike wrote about that. Somebody can look it up and see if they can find it. But and who do you think put it on his mind to do that? The Lord sealed. See, you think that you're making your own decisions and that that you have free will, which is something that Christianism, the Moron Church, that's what I call the Mormons, the Moron Church, the Islam, and all these, they teach that you have free will. If you do not have free will, all right. And speaking of the Mormons, I'm on them, all right. Especially after watching America Prime Evil. What a name, American Prime Evil, and it is the most wickedest place, and it goes to show you, and there's a show that's on Netflix right now, and in this show, it truly shows you the true spirit of the Edomite, and how the Mormons were not only murdering Gad, but they were murdering. Somebody get second Ezra 14:5. They were murdering other Edomites. All right. They were just so they could so they could blame it on Gad. They were using the Boston Tea Party tactics. Because see, there's a portion of the Tea Party that they don't talk about. White people, so-called self-proclaimed white people, retaliated against Gadites for the Boston Tea Party. All right, scalping them and killing them and taking their land, raping them. All right, this is what they were doing. And also for the record, the so-called white man, he's the first one to start scalping and taking scalps. It was just Gad perfected that shit because they were doing it to Gad first. Gad was just better at it than the so-called white man. All right, but they weren't doing that. That was the Edomites that started doing that shit. All right, so these Edomites were riding around in hoods, dressed up in Gadite clothes, but with hoods on, and shooting everybody with arrows. Then they would pull out their guns because they were trying to. And then they would just leave the bodies all over the place and shoot more arrows in them and shit. So that when they found them, these fucking savages, revenge, and then they just go out, start killing the shit out the Northern Kingdom, right? When they had nothing to do with it. All right, they kind of show you that in that show, man. That show was heavy, man. All right, and then one dude is like, since when the natives start wearing masks? They wear war paint when they go into war. They don't wear masks. All right, and those fucking morons, man. But get that scripture, Baba Kasha.
Second Ezra 14:5.
Yeah.
Or Sirach 14?
Sirach, yeah.
Oh,
Salakia, brother. Sirach is what I meant.
Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
To whom will he be good, man? You know, the white guy's looking at this other white man for help, and he puts arrows in him. And he got this fucked up look on his face like damn, nigga, I thought we was on the same team. He's like, you are. You're doing the great things for our cause. Right. So I gotta die for your cause to God damn. Well, shit, if you do this to me and I'm with you, I'm glad I'm not against you. Shit. All right? But that's what was going on, man. They were killing their own people, all right, just so that they could get more land. Because they knew what they were trying to do was get the army to get riled up to go out and clear out and kill out more Gadites, man. So they could take more land. So when you watch shows like, what was that real popular show, Yellowstone? Yeah. I couldn't watch it. I watched like 2 episodes and all I could think is that, how the fuck you get all this land in Montana? Why you got all this land that belonged to my people? And, you know, and having an understanding of the scriptures, get Nahum 3:1-2. When having an understanding of the scriptures, knowing that, you know, you robbed, steal, murdered, raped, and they show you that throughout the show, man. People's getting killed, people getting gored, and people was getting raped. All right? And mostly at the hands of Esau, Edom.
It's the book of Nahum 3:1. It says, woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery, the prey departeth not.
Right, all full of lies and robbery. And this dude, the governor, he all in this church, he was a head, he was a preacher and the head of the Mormon militia. All right? And all the time he's preaching love, God, and peace, he also was what? Isaiah 25:15. He's also doing all these backstabbing deals against the people, against his own people, just to get his will. Right? And there was a fort that he wanted. All right? It was like it was a fort when it was all Edomites there, you know, and it was like a safe haven where people were traveling, you know, they weary from traveling. And they could stop. And some people just made their life in the fort. They never left it. It's like, well, fuck, this is far enough west for me. And they, you know, so they lived around close to the fort, went out, started building themselves a little, you know, whatever. And if shit got bad, everybody run to the fort. So people would hang out and drink and were building their life around the fort. Travelers would come through, the train would come through. And this damn Mormon, he wanted that fort so bad. And it turned out he only wanted the fort because he knew he was doing dirt, and he knew eventually he would he knew that he would have to fight with the U.S. Army. All right, with his illegal militia. All right, because even the one general told him, you know, if I found out, because he was suspicious that it was white people killing all these other white people, that it was Mormon, his men, and he said, if I find out that you and your men have anything to do with the deaths of all these good old white Christian folk, the U.S. Army, you're gonna have to come up against us next. The general told him, and he said, we're gonna test your resolve, how good your militia really is. The general told him what was up, and so he wanted that fort to destroy it because he knew if the military came in, that they would operate out of that fort, and if they had that fort to set up and get reinforcements, that they would be screwed on all they little dirt they was doing. Get that Isaiah, Baba Kashah. And it all came out, man.
Isaiah 24:15.
29 and 15, brother.
Okay.
He him that seek the highest counsel.
This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 15. It says, surely your turning of things upside down should be esteemed.
15.
15. Kind. Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and the works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?
Mm-hmm. Right. Who seeth us? Now you can go ahead and read it. Sure. Next, keep going.
Surely your turning of things upside down should be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made it not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
So this damn governor, this moron, this Mormon, thought that he could outsmart the army and outsmart the Lord. Because in the book of Mormon, they acknowledge that they know God are the Israelites. If you didn't know that. All right, now they will call them the wrong, I think they will call them the tribe of Dan. But in the Mormon Bible, they acknowledge that they know God is Israel. So, but they were purposely murdering and killing God, which goes to show you that the Christianism, Mormonism, Islamism, Catholicism is all full of shit. They were all Carnegie. It's not a book, it's a fucking weapon. They wanted to use the Bible and this show proves it, man. This show is a must see, man. It shows you the true nature of the Edomite, man. How conniving and dirty and backstabbing he is, even to his own. All right? Because there was a whole lot of backstabbing, and I'm telling you, man, there's so much shit going on in this damn show, man. All right? And of course, you know they have the outer order big mouth woman, man. All right? The dude, Mr. Reed, this bitch about got him killed like 5 times. And he told her, you don't listen. Listen to me. You hired me to take you safe passage. If I tell you to do something, do it. All right? But I just called for something. We'll get to her, to Miss Sarah Roswell. We'll get to her.
He was reading at 29:15.
Oh, okay, we're done with that. All right.
Right.
I
That sounds
got,
good.
Any precept you brothers got, feel free. Come on.
I got one just going. What was going on? What you was talking about before the movie? You had mentioned something about Albert Pike.
Yeah.
How he set up
Con.
those.
Yeah, I was trying to find
How he got down about the.
I tell you what, Salakia, you look up the Mormon and Christian massacres of 1857 and anything around that time, and see how many pop up. Because it was in Utah, Idaho, Colorado, Montana. All right, most of them were Mormon militias and Christians that were killing and scalping all them people. And trying to use that the Gad was at war with each other. When Gad was fighting each other, there was infighting, and that was also over hunting grounds and shit like that. Like we told y'all niggas not to hunt over here. Jake always gang banged on each other. That's what King James was doing when he was getting the Scots, the Irish, and the Brits. They were banging on each other. And King James was like, look, stupid ass niggas, y'all all the same. Y'all all the Israelites, man. Stop. All right? That's what that was all about. And so that's all Gad was doing. You know, throwing up the wrong arrow or some shit. Right? Why you hunting over here, nigga? This our shit. All right? That's all it is. And so, but you're going to use those little internal skirmishes to as an excuse to come in, rape their women, rape their daughters, kill their sons, take their lands, take their hunting grounds. He who taketh a man's wages killeth him, man. Right. You took their way of trade and everything they had going on. You were taking and stealing from them. And the Gad kept moving out of your way, trying to let you go through. Not to even have contact with you, but that wasn't enough.
I had just going back to what you were saying about Albert Pike and where he got the ideas from. This Job 32:8, it said, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth him understanding. So there you go. Like to say that about the Third World War, the Second World War, and that happened. Then the First World War and what they did, that happened. And the Third World War will be the war to end all wars.
Yeah, and we're at
That's gonna happen.
And we're at this. It's at hand.
And the Lord showed them that, man.
I had I have found something on what you were talking about that quote or that article or letter that he sent out.
Oh, Albert Pike?
Yes.
Okay, come.
So it says he sent out this letter. It says Albert Pike received a vision, which he described in a letter that he wrote to Mazzini, dated August 15, 1871. So I'm gonna jump down, and it talks about the 3 world wars that he described. It says the First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the Khazars in Russia, and of making that country a fortress of.
But the Tsars, not Khazars, the Tsars.
Okay, so like the Tsars.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
Okay.
The Tsars were actually Israelites.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
That was the Russian family, though. That's why you got black icons. All right.
Okay, so like the Tsars in Russia, and of the making that country a fortress of atheistic communism.
Yeah, they use the Tsars' money to fund all their bullshit. By the way, that's where they get that cartoon Anastasia from.
Okay.
And Tsar basically means Caesar.
See, yeah, it's king.
All right, a king.
Okay.
All right. Khazar means that too, but the Khazar and the Tsars are two different things. Just so you know.
Okay. It says the divergencies caused by Agent Tour, which is an agent of the Illuminati between the British and Germanic empires, will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments in order to weaken the religions. It goes on to the Second World War. It says the Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine.
See, so they playing this shit out, man. It's real quick. Ezekiel 36 and 5. So and that fulfilled the prophecy of Edom getting the land of Israel. This prophecy is how we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's Edomites, all right, that are ruling Israel and ultimately ruling the world, because the Israelis rule here in America, man. That's why they got all them NGOs. You know, these non-government organizations that control government policy, control the media, control the banking system, control information, control books, what's put in the books in the schools. All that can be connected back to them, and it's not anti any fucking thing to say it. It just is.
Right.
All right? That's like saying chocolate ice cream is not chocolate ice cream. Well, if you call it out, that's chocolate. Well, yeah, it's chocolate. What's that? Right. I can't identify chocolate ice cream. You know?
Anti-cocoa.
Exactly. Exactly, brother. This nigga's anti-cocoa. Well, huh? Man, I'm just pointing out that it's chocolate ice cream. You see how silly it sounds? That's them. Right? This guy is an anti-Semite. What? Go ahead, brother.
It's the Ezekiel.
Yeah, read that. Salakia. Let him read that Ezekiel first. Then you finish that.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 5. It says, therefore thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
So there you go, man. The Israelites got casted out for a prey. The Edomites, Idumea, assigned that land to themselves. All right? And the Bible warns you of it before Pike, but then Pike reinforced it. Pike told you it was going to happen before it was going to happen. All right? And mind you, this letter goes back to 1871. So it's before World War I, before World War II, and the Bible speaks about the first and second woe, and then quickly the third one comes. We're at the third woe, man. That's right. This shit about to pop. That's right. And Yahushua comes back to a world ruled by Esau. All right? Somebody can get that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I just got something to back up what you said with that scripture.
Well, go ahead then, real quick.
This is Lamentations 5 and 1. It says, remember, O Yahweh, what has come upon us, consider and behold our reproach. So they asked for mercy. He said, our inheritance is turned into strangers, our houses to aliens. So that fits exactly with that Ezekiel. You know what I mean? They took it, you know what I mean, and ran away with it to this day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
We
now-
have never go ahead, Swan.
Yeah, and I'm saying now they're claiming to be us. They're claiming our heritage.
Right.
Right? Culture vultures. Yeah, and why they ducking and dodging the Edomite, you know?
Right.
They duck and dodge that Edomite title like fucking Mayweather. Them niggas,
The only one that
you can't hit that. Right.
Exceptional
Nah, ain't no
defense.
Edomite. Right. Philly Shell on there. Like, what is this? Damn.
Actually, I'm
You trying to hit him with that, you an Edomite jab. And he talented as fuck when it comes to that. Go ahead, brother. What you got?
This is Job 24:1. Why seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they that know him that see his days? Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless and take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together.
Damn, that's perfect as what was going on in that show. I told you, you know, the Shoshone, and that's my father's mother. She's Shoshone. That's her tribe, right? I was really feeling that show, man. All right, and my man Red Feather the shit. But because he was like, hey, if they want war, well, I'm bringing war to them. They brought them being here they represent war because they don't come in peace. Because I love the scene when all the I'm here peacefully. I just want to raise my children. He was like, really, bitch? He went down the line, right? He was like, nah, you didn't come. You came here to take our shit. All right, basically. She thought she was going to cry and whimp and show her cleavage and get out of that shit. And Red Feather wasn't going. All right? He pulled their hair back. Them tears didn't mean shit to him. Because what you're going to do is you're going to give birth to more devils that's going to come and rape, rob, and kill his children, his family, and his people and take more of their land. Right? And then boast about how wealthy you are and tell them that they live in the hood.
Right. And I got the article you called for earlier about the Mormons. This says in 1857 and 1858, the Mormon War. It says President James Buchanan sends U.S. troops to Utah territory in the so-called Utah expedition. The Mormons, fearing violent persecution, armed themselves.
Now, why were they fearing violent persecution? Because they killed that general. That same general that he warned them that, you know, what would happen if I find out that you Mormons are killing white folks. When you know that you were killing your own people, all in the name of and talking about we're building our Zion. and it goes to show you that the Mormon church is full of shit because it says in their fucking Bible, all right, that the Native Americans are the tribe of Dan, which is not so, but they are Israelites. So they knew that they were murdering and killing, just like the rest of the white folks. They knew it too.
Yeah.
All right, when they were bringing over Judah, all right, Levi and Benjamin on them slave ships, they knew exactly who they were. They knew. So this whole Christianism is all just a farce. It's all bullshit. And death to all you niggas who call yourselves pastors and uphold Christianism and Mormonism and Judaism and all these things that are lies that do not go with the Bible. The Bible is very clear. There is no mate to her. None. There's no mate to the wisdom that comes from the Bible, man. None. Is there some more on that?
Yeah. It was talking
And
about,
just look at, after you read that one, see if you can find some more.
it says no. They claim it says no casualties resulted from battles with the U.S. troops, but in total, approximately 150 people died violently in the conflict. Most notably, the Mountain Meadows massacre, which involved the Mormon slayings of between 100 and 140 migrants of the Baker pasture wagon train in southern Utah.
See, they were killing white folks
Yeah.
and trying to blame it on Gad.
Yeah.
And guess what? So they made all the other white folks, because how long you think it was before all this was found out? How many Gadites you think died? You know, because all of a sudden all the white people who were already pointing their rifles at Gad really started doing it. So it wasn't only the militias. Now you had just the common, every white person was out to kill Gad because these Mormons kept doing these attacks and trying to make it look like the natives were doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right?
It says the wagon train in southern Utah between September 7th through the 11th, 1857. The various factors and motivations instigating the massacre remain unclear, but it's notably that roughly as many.
Nah, they fucking knew why. That's why they made this show.
Exactly.
And they showed you why. But go ahead.
It says there is that roughly as many lives were lost in the Mormon War as in the Bleeding Kansas era. So it's just like you just said. You know what I mean? They knew exactly what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to cover it up.
So as they started coming west, and see they met and see it was different too, because you know out east it was the Moors or the Morenos the that helped set up the 13 colonies originally. That's why they were able to set them up. In case you didn't know that, so-called black people, all right. Edomites came and took that shit over, all right, and they were the ones who mostly violently went after, you know, Gad, et cetera. But by the time they started moving west, the Gadites out west had already heard what happened east. So by the time they got to Comanche, Shoshone, Apaches, they were like, oh no, kill these motherfuckers on sight. Mm-hmm. They had to do, when they ran into Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse, you know, and them guys like that, it was a whole different story. Okay? And like my man's Red Feather, the Shoshone warrior in this TV show, man. Red Feather wasn't fucking around with the Edomites, man. Or other Gadites that aided them, because he went after them too. If the Gadites that aided, including those of his own, if you was a Gadite and you aided the so-called white man, you was an enemy to Red Feather, man. And righteously so. Because he came across some Gadites, and one of them was still alive and asking for help. And he trying to make his plea. I had no choice. We all need to. He said, I'm only trying to survive just like you. The white man is gonna keep coming. They won't stop coming. We gotta be with them. And he heard enough. It's like, really, nigga? He took my man's, put a couple in his ass. Right. Now, you want some help? Here you go. You need some help, homie? He MC8'd his ass, but go ahead.
Precept for you well, the disciple of Psalms 10 and 8. It says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, and the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Right, this is what this devil do, man. Hey, he waits and lies and ultimately waits while people's in that state, and what he tries to give the upper hand upon our people, man. Hey, all 12 tribes, man. You know? And it says, verse 9, it says, he lieth and waits secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth and wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And right, this is Esau with him in a nutshell, man. You know, he waits till your families, is at peace and things like that. That's when he ultimately, comes in for the kill, man. You know, it says, verse 10, it says, he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Right, and this is what this devil, has always done, man. You know,
this is MO. I got something back there, brother. This is Psalms 55 and 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. This is what this devil has always done. He is, you can never trust this devil. He always comes peacefully and his intent is to kill and take over and destroy. That's what he's been doing. He has never changed his program. He always come with that goofy ass look like he mean well, and then here we go. Broke 500 treaties with the Gadites.
500. Every one of them.
Every one of them.
He broke over 500 treaties, man.
Right. So this is what he does. You can never trust this devil. And then unfortunately, they've been learning the hard way. So I'm going to Sirach 12 and 10. Anybody got that?
Go ahead, bro.
It's the Sirach 12 and 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not all been together wiped away. And this is truly his characteristics, man. You see it every day. While he out here politicking lies, and people are just believing it. They are so wonderful in their speech, and their mind is, all they want to do is figure out what they can do. Destroy, kill, murder, their whole agenda. Let me get these fools off guard. Let me give them some stimulus money. And let me come back and poison their ass with all this other shit. He ain't gonna never stop.
Yep. He'll keep spraying.
Read 12 and 13 too.
It says, set him not by thee.
12, bro.
So 12.
Yeah, keep reading.
It says, set him not by thee, Least when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
And that's what these jakes do, man. They find some so-called white man to follow. That's why they so big into all you niggas into scholastics, getting a college education, setting up some fucking cracker to get to rule over you. This is what they do. They put him right there, and he getting his steed, and he do his thing. Keep reading.
It says,
Right, and you're right. You're absolutely right, and it shows you that they're ignorant of real history because they think that only the so-called white man can lead.
Yeah.
The white man has been a horrible leader all throughout his existence, and he took over places that were created and led by so-called black people. But they goes to show you that you wouldn't get all this college fucking education and you don't know real history, man. You don't know shit.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
You're gonna be cut because these words gonna come back into you. And see, this is why we don't have no pity on you niggas that's about to get slaughtered. Go ahead.
It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
Keep reading.
It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
See, there you go. So when you niggas die with the so-called white man, the Lord ain't gonna have pity on you. All right, that's why he said, don't hand join in hand, thou shalt not go unpunished. Going back because the elder was talking about the show, and he really liked it because normally he don't tell the movie. the elder was talking about the show. He said, what you said, the man named Red Feather?
My man Red Feather.
He had to chop up the guy like that was with them guy that was with the white man because you have to. But here it is today. Fast forward, look at all these niggers and Latinos that subscribe to the ideology of the so-called white man.
Man.
That's why they don't have to, I would say it. All they have to do is walk past. Look, man, if you a nigga that walk past our camp and don't say nothing, you subscribe to that ideology. Hey, look, nigga, if you ain't keep the atonement, you subscribe to the white man ideology.
If you worship Christmas.
Yeah.
All right. If you worship Thanksgiving, and you know, at least most of the Northern Kingdom is waking up to that shit. They very anti. They actually get angry over Thanksgiving. They even call it that. You know.
Yeah.
This is Indigenous Day. Fuck that.
Yeah, they may be saying that.
Yeah.
You're right.
I got one for you.
They do call it that. You're right. That's the spirit. Go ahead.
Going to what the other brother was just saying, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31, verse 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh.
The Lord, what you niggas talking about the Lord? Faith ain't gonna feed me, nigga.
Oh, yeah, that nigga.
Relax, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, that nigga.
Yet he also
Yeah, I heard him say that.
They
Oh, yeah,
always
the
say
nigga
that.
went off talking about you. They was talking about the nigga on the
Is
talking
it
about.
gonna be jobs in the kingdom?
Right.
That's the spirit of leading us to
Like,
Egypt.
really, nigga?
That's why I wouldn't look.
You want to go to the kingdom so you can get a better job?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why, look, this is how you know that the same niggas are back today. Because when they left Egypt, that's the first thing they said, that we had quails, melons, we had field goods. Go ahead. Chicken and watermelon. Go ahead.
But you had
That's
oppression.
what they said.
You had an Egyptian that could put a whip to your back anytime he wanted. You had an Egyptian that could bend your woman over and enjoy her anytime he wanted. All right? You had an Egyptian that could put you to death anytime he fucking wanted.
They had a good job. Nigga. They got it
Work.
got it. Yeah, I go to work. But that's the spirit of a defeated nigga, man. But with everything the elder said is so-called right. Because to this day, the so-called white man can come lock your dumb ass up. He can come take all your money. He can take your job. He can what they call cancel you.
They ain't gonna make you fight fires that he started.
Yeah.
It's funny too how they want to do this mass deportation of the Northern Kingdom back to south of the border. They want to send Mexicans back to Mexico, so-called. All right, but yet they use Mexican firemen to come fight their fucking fires though.
Right. Yeah.
They using inmates, to go for and then these inmates go fight these fires, risk their lives. Then they should get years off their sentences.
Facts.
All right, they should be able to. Then they expert firemen. They should be able to become firemen.
Right.
All right. I've been fucking fight. I done saved your $1 billion homes in your fucking country.
Yeah.
All right. I should be able to get a fucking job. Now I ain't got to be a criminal no more because I got a decent paying career now.
See? So this is how the so-called white man deals, man. But all you
Unjustly.
so unjustly. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Yet he also
That's
is
wicked as hell, man. Go ahead.
Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not power, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together.
Yeah, you trying to hold this nigga up?
Damn.
And the Lord taking him down?
They're gonna all burn together.
You gonna burn it? Which scripture? What was that?
Isaiah 31, 1 through 3.
All right, this is Isaiah 30, 1 through 3. Woe to the rebellious children, said Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin. Because first and foremost, once you go outside the covering of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, it's just like a woman that has the covering of the man. You outside of his order, his protection, and his laws. You just open for everything. All right. So when Israel does that in rebelling, they outside of the protection of the Lord. And that's why the Lord has to destroy him. And on top of that, you becoming an idolater. So you add sin unto sin. You into Christianity, now you can eat pork. Now you could be a Mo. Now you can eat shrimps. I'm gonna start back. It say, woe to the rebellious children that says Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin, that they walk to go down to Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of the Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt be your confusion. And that's what's going to happen, man. They all going to get destroyed by cleaving on to the so-called white man that was sent to destroy him. A nigga just so comfortable with being in alliance with the so-called white man that he don't even understand that he's being destroyed.
Right.
Go ahead.
I appreciate the back you up. This is the book of Jeremiah 2:14. It says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Hey, the answer to that is yes. He is. Outside of the hopeful elect, he is. And that's why the Apostle Paul said they are not all Israel who are the house of Israel, man. And that's why that brother, what's his name, Red Feather?
Yeah.
He was dog right for shooting that nigga down. Go ahead.
It says, why is he spoiled? Right. Our people love to serve the so-called white man that actually be kings and rulers, man. You know, they love to be slaves.
Right. Is Israel a homeborn slave? Then why had you home?
Job 15.
Go ahead, read it. And read 34 too, Baba Kashak.
This is Job 15, verse 34. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit.
Exactly, man. So that damn governor, along with his dirty, because another thing that happened was that Mrs. Pratt, Abish, and her bugged out ass husband. He always play a bugged out ass Edomite. I can't think of his actor's name. There's one particular one, but he was at that. He was with that. Those settlers, you know, they got attacked by his own people. All right, and he's basically riding around looking for his wife with the same man who killed his own people and killed his friends.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until he saw a watch, because he was sitting up talking to one of his homies by the fire. You know, when they got attacked, and the arrow came and went through his wife's head, out of her forehead.
Damn.
She was like, yeah, and then we're gonna
Fuck.
right, and then he caught one in
You
the
ain't say
throat.
Lord willing, bitch.
Right, and he caught one in the throat and the chest, and he had a watch, and he got knocked over the head, and he watched the dude come up and take his gold watch from him.
Motherfucker.
Jacob's watch, brother Jacob's watch. And then he saw the dude, and so he rolled around looking for his wife with them. All right, and he already heard that, you know, it was possible the white man did this, but he was like, no, these were natives because of the arrows and shit. He was convinced, right? And the fact was there was a few Gadites with him, the same ones that Red Horse killed, right? But this was a white attack of the whites, all right? So his wife was the only one that Red Horse didn't kill. I mean, that Red Feather didn't kill, all right? And he took her. And the whole time she's with the Gadites, she realized that, damn, I'd rather be with y'all. Got more love, more order, more peace than white folks. Yeah. And so, you know, she's like, I don't even know if I want to go back to my people, back to my, you know, because she thought her husband was dead and he thought she was dead.
Okay.
All right. And then they end up killing each other. Ain't that some shit? because when Red Feather, he didn't wait for them to attack him. He went to attack them first.
Right.
She had on her war paint right there with the Gadites shooting and shit, and her husband shot her.
Damn.
Right.
Let's go.
And then she shot him, and then he looking at her, and he's like, he could see through the makeup. Fuck, that's my wife.
He fucked the nigga.
Right.
He faded off. He knew the nigga
Right.
was fucking. He said, "You fucked the nigga." I ain't see the movie, but I know that's what
Well,
he
you
was
know,
about.
Red Horse was very manly and studly, and he was like so
Redcorn.
not. Right.
Redcorn.
Right. Exactly. He was red corn for real.
Hey, look.
Job 27:15.
I
Bible
got
son.
on it right now. This is Job chapter 27. And you want me to go straight to the point?
Go straight to the point, brother.
In verse 15, it says, "Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep."
There it is. She wasn't weeping for that nigga. She didn't care. She went to war against her husband's people. With the Gadites. She's like, fuck that. I don't never want to go back to them.
Man, I hope.
And although they didn't show it, it's beyond obvious that Red Feather made her another wife. Right? Because he brought her into his tent and his wife was showing her how to do this and how to do that.
Oh yeah.
You know? And he didn't, and that's how you know. And then he didn't pop her. He waited. He gave her time of mourning. All right?
Did you want me to go back to that article?
Bible shot. Go back to it, brother.
Okay. Continuing on in this portion about the Second World War, it says during the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would be then restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for the final social cataclysm. And then it jumps down to war.
And what's the final social cataclysm? All right, they destroyed those stones that was in Georgia, the guide stones, the Georgia guide stones, because it was telling on them. All right, they destroyed that. You know, back during the C-19, we all saw the video when it blew up. So they had cameras on it. Okay, and how and then there's video of Kill Gates speaking about depopulation. I mean, there's hundreds of them.
I mean,
Well, he's
that
saying
nigga just down. You know he down.
depopulation through something through band-aids. All right, there's so many sound bites of him saying it. He's been saying it for a very long time. All right, but yeah, that's part of that agenda is the depopulation, and then of course to bring on the one world order and to control everyone. And how are they going to do that? Revelation 13th chapter. But go ahead, brother.
It's the going into the portion now for the Third World War. It says the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agent tour of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world.
So yeah, there you go. And taking advantage of the difference. Now it's more, and we've been saying this starting with the apostles and the elders on down. It can't be a race war, because you got so many classes, so many divisions, so many. Now look at the genders. Look how many genders so called. We know it's only two. I'm not saying it is more, but just look at the separatism in that. Right. Then look at the liberalism, the conservatism, the Christianism, all these people down for Gaza and Palestineism. They got Edomites flipping Muslim. I'm serious, but that's what that's talking about. It has never been a time on earth like this to now.
Yeah, we got a lot of Edomites that don't want to be Well, another reason why they don't want to be Christians anymore is because they've heard the true gospel.
Read on.
And then what happens is they actually, and this is extrapolation, but what happens is obvious. The ones who are honest with themselves, like the famous little white girl, the little Edomite chick, that started crying that day because she realized, basically she was like, fuck this Bible, fuck y'all.
Damn.
Yeah.
But she realized that, damn, what they're saying is fucking true.
And live.
It happened live on camera. She started, we were saying it, and then she was like, hold on, I'm reading it. She started reading the scriptures we had called for and prescribed. She was going to her Bible and reading. And she actually had an actual Bible. She pulled out a Bible.
We couldn't even hit her with the where your scriptures at.
Yeah, so
that's when
so she pulled out a Bible and she started reading what we were reading, and then that's when you saw.
Yeah, that video.
Because it actually hit him
Body
like,
shot.
fuck.
Damn.
I don't have no salvation.
No.
Fuck Christianity. So she probably a Muslim right now. You know?
Oh,
She see her again, she wearing her head covered. She wearing her jib.
bro. Hey, me, Kawal, and Capo was chopping up these Edomites. Well, they looked like Edomites. But one they went to they was some theologian niggas. You know, they went to the school.
The
seminar.
Loyola.
Yeah, they was by Loyola.
That's a Christian based school too.
And the nigga was telling this alumni, this well spoken Christian white folk, and I asked him, I said, no, seriously. Adding up all these scriptures, you being a man that read the whole Bible, me being a man that read the whole Bible, what did it sound like? He stepped and you can ask Capo. The nigga looked at me, he said, I hope it's not true. I said, but you agreed that the Bible's true. He said, I hope what y'all bringing out is not true. I said, what does this sound like? He said, justice.
Damn.
He said justice.
He said, fuck.
He said
He
justice.
had to tell her.
He read him just like the white girl. And his homie was just like a nigga who never studied, but you knew he knew that.
Right.
This the heavy nigga out the crowd.
Right. So all the drunk with the love doctrine, because that's all they've been told.
Yeah.
Right,
And he was
But
cut,
someone
man.
who actually have a little bit of understanding, and you point them to the right scriptures, he like, fuck.
And he
that
was
was and that's the moment that she had.
Yeah.
When she got pointed out to the right scriptures, she was like, fuck.
They
She realized
this, man.
she's an old shit. And she was like, fuck you and fuck you. And I was like, yeah, well, there's gonna be a lot of fucking going on. Don't worry about that. I'm sure somebody I'm sure somebody claimed
I claimed on the line. I said it.
He said, I claimed it. Don't worry.
I claimed it right there on the line. Y'all better watch the video.
Yeah, I watched the video.
that was a heavy.
It was cold because she couldn't do nothing. She just started tearing up. It was a nighttime video. It was emotional. That shit was cold.
But so look,
Yeah.
think about how many people at home
And you know that video,
watching the skull
that video up over 100,000+ views.
Man, that video
on so many different pages.
Yeah,
that
that's
video
different.
in the millions.
Yeah,
man.
that video got to be in the millions at this point. It's
Then
got
y'all
to
had
be.
another video I watched with an Edomite walked off. Benji had cut him. Said you going to slavery. He had his biker walked off defeated.
Defeated.
Yeah.
But you got
that was the Jewish guy.
I don't know who it was.
That was the Jewish guy on Michigan Avenue.
Yeah, he walked off on the bike defeated. I was like, damn. But that girl broke down in tears so bad she was through.
Well, the one when he was reading the scripture, he was like,
devil.
like he was getting
told him
hit.
to go have gay sex.
Like he was like he was getting hit in the body.
Man, it was so
like he was
funny.
taking body shots.
He was saying it.
He was like,
Like you seen it. I wish we had that one. That motherfucker said, and he wasn't playing.
Right, he was like, oh, stop reading.
He came up with that love shit. He did. He was talking about how it's a saved dude. Look, bro, forget your gospel. The elder Malcolm had told him after we cut him, he said, forget what you think you believe, because we read the Live It Up. He got might as well.
No, I told him. He said, what am I supposed to do? And I told him what I tell him all. I said, go be an Edomite. Go steal some shit. You ain't getting in trouble. Go take somebody's land. Go take somebody's property.
Come at me, bro.
Right. Go do some shit with little children. Go do drugs. Go do gay sex. Go go have sex with animals. Go do shit that put your life in danger for no reason at all. Go swim with the sharks. Just go do Edomite shit. Go do parkour off from the 100th story.
That shit crazy.
You know, just go do Edomite
Running on the
shit.
edge, running on the edge.
That shit crazy.
Hoped out their mind.
Flipping and turning flips on the edge of and 90 stories up.
Crazy.
You know?
Esau, man. He the devil.
It's like, go do some Edomite shit, man, because your time is up, man.
We ain't lying neither, man. We not making this up.
I got one.
Bring it out, brother.
It's Hebrews 4:12. For the word of the Most High is quick, powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword.
Damn, maybe that's what he was feeling.
Duh. He was cut.
Straight animated.
Piercing even to the dividing sunder of the soul and spirit. His soul was pierced.
Damn, he brought that scripture to life.
Yeah,
The scriptures
man.
came out. He was like,
That nigga was freaking. He wasn't playing like.
No, he wasn't
joking.
fucking around. This shit really, it's like he really was. Read it again, brother. He was feeling that shit, man.
Niggas
It
had that
messed
voodoo
him up.
dial on his ass.
For the word of the Most High is quick, powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit, and the joints and the marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
So he was pierced by the word of Yahweh Shai. He felt it.
They know their judgment coming. And going back to that Edomite preacher, and you know they judged me because he said this. Look, he told me, he took Capo, he told all of them. He said it sound like justice. It sound like judgment.
Ooh,
He know
Isaiah.
it's coming. They know it's coming because we talk about these people that we cut on the videos, but it's millions of people that just watch to take this as satire, to just really think this a fucking joke. And after
They
a
get
certain
the popcorn
amount,
and the drink.
yeah,
Niggas probably sit around and smoke weed and
Yeah.
watch, and then they love
But
it
them
when,
Edomites-
when somebody come up. Oh man, watch what they do to them. They want. It's like no man, you supposed to be, you supposed to be learning from this.
but it's white people that watch this in satire, thinking this is a joke. Who are these niggers? And once all them scriptures come out, they just like that lady and that dude. We don't see it, but this is why. Hey, look, last time.
That's why they want to try to shut us down.
Exactly.
But shutting us down is not going to stop it. That's the thing.
It's gonna make it more.
That's
more
why I
renowned.
tell them. Look, so don't worry about you. You already know the Hebrews are going to go out. The Hebrews are going to put up the videos.
Yeah.
So just do you. Be an Esau.
Come
Right?
on, bro.
Like I said, go jump in the ocean and swim with sharks. Just do the stupid. Go do Edomite shit. Go. Right? Parkour, not your floor. Right? The two go together, man. Do that shit. But this is Isaiah 3:11. Woe to the wicked! It shall be ill with him. Ill means it's not going to be good, man. For the reward of his hands shall be given him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So all what the governor was doing to them Gadites, what you Edomites did to the Judites, to the southern kingdom, enslaving them, rape, robbing, buck breaking up families, raping a man's woman or daughter right in front of him, raping a man in front of his wife and daughter, all that wicked shit that y'all did, eating us, the delectable Negro, that had they ate what's his name? Nat Turner, man. All right, this is your actual history. It's not theory. It's critical race historical facts, man. Critical race history, not theory. Okay? And this show, this shameful spilling on your glory. Bring it out, beloved.
Real quick, this is Romans 3:3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged." And just like they were saying, man, the elder and brother Murph saying, he said, I hope it's not true. So some don't want to believe it, some don't believe it. But guess what? It's true. These Edomites will be put into slavery, man.
Right. And he said it sounds like justice. Right. And there was that chick that used to come on TV all the time, Nancy Grace. Always talking about justice for so and so, especially when it was a crime where Jake did something to an Edomite. No, it was justice, man. Right? If you all about justice, give back the land. Give back all that you took from Jake, man. Right. See what because one thing that they don't like to talk about, that video you sent me with Tim Wise. I got to do a video, and I did a lot of videos on that.
I sent it because I ain't see. I figured you probably knew, but I didn't see.
Yeah,
So
I've done a lot of, especially when I was on that. When white people, when I started that whole. Because it was a question in my head. When did they start calling themselves white? And I went and found it. He was one of the people that was constantly in that. He would give all those speeches, and he would say, prior to a certain time, he said in Europe they didn't even call themselves white. They called themselves, you were a Scot, or you were a Brit, or you were Irish. It had nothing to do with color. He was one of the first people that I heard say that, and that's how I ended up finding Theodore Allen, and then Jacqueline Badalore.
Okay.
All right. That's how I ended, because it was actually he was the first one.
Okay, Tom, I got something right quick.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Nahum 1 and 2. It says the Most High is jealous, and Yahweh will revenge. Yahweh revengeth and is furious. Yahweh will take vengeance on his adversaries. He reserveth his wrath for his enemies. So that jealousy is jealous over Israel. It's like you would be jealous over anybody who hurt your child or put harm to your family. The Lord is a very jealous power, and this is why they're gonna pay for it. They went far and beyond when they did all the wickedness they did to us. He says, "For Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked, Yahweh have it, Shalaka says, Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. So they gonna pay for everything they've done, and this is why it's cutting them. You know, like the elders was going into. They not gonna escape their punishment. You know, took our punishment because we sinned against our power, and they've got to meet their punishment for going above and beyond, torturing us, killing us, eating us like the elders just went into. Y'all not gonna escape y'all punishment. I don't care what y'all do, I don't care what y'all say, I don't care how many lies y'all put up with all this whack ass Christian doctrine, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. It's a wrap. The scriptures is clear. The Lord said he is jealous power. You touch the apple of his eye, you have to pay for it. I don't care where you run to. Like he said, you know the space to the earth, to wherever you go, your bunkers, you're going to be sought out and destroyed. You're not going to escape.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the Lord is coming to handle you. He's sending the messages. And ultimately, He's gonna send us. Lord will. We're a part of that number, man. Ezekiel 25, 12 through 14 is very real, man. He said, by the hand of his people, Israel.
I got it right here.
All right?
This one of the ones I was holding. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25 and verse 12. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Don shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. So, hey, man, we can't even be mad enough on this side, man.
Right.
The Lord said he's going to put his anger upon us, man. Imagine if the Lord give his men a download and they could see all the things that Edom has done to them throughout their past lives, man. You see what happened to you with slavery. You see what happened to Jerusalem during 70 AD. Imagine the amount of anger that comes upon you when that happens. Niggas go riot when somebody gets shot by the police right now.
Facts.
So what you think gonna happen when all of these things just going through your mind, man?
Oh, yeah. When the Lord give you back those memories. That, you know, when you remember yourself getting your rod cut off, watching your father get buck broke, watching your mother get raped, and ain't shit you can do. Your baby sister getting raped, and one shit you can do about it. All right, seeing yourself getting beat, getting the shit whipped out of you, tied to a damn tree, ass out, all this flesh off your back being ripped off because this dude got you hugging the tree. Naked as fuck, whooping the shit out you.
A dude that's way weaker than you, and you know it.
Ain't buck breaking shit.
He just said it.
Yeah, when you remember
That shit's scary.
It's true though.
that's some vexing shit, man.
Man.
And they actually did these things.
It's another,
Right?
It's another intense slavery movie on Goodbye Uncle Tom.
Con.
That's another intense.
We brought it out this early. That's the spirit.
And
We brought it out
it's
during
funny.
class.
And it's funny
This
how
week.
that's on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I did a video showing scenes from the movie on, and basically I just let the video play, the movie play while I did the lesson. You're right. I just put it on. So while I'm reading, I guess one of the scenes when they raping the chick, and they removed my video and said because I had nudity. I'm like, nigga, it's on YouTube. How the fuck? You know, this is a YouTube video playing, and because it's on my channel, I'm like, what kind of shit is this? Right. So I just hit play and started, doing what I do and letting the video play while the camera's showing you the things that I'm reading about slavery and the atrocities. I didn't even see the scene. All right, because I was reading at the time. Okay, and then they say, oh, well, there was nudity in your video, so we removed it. I'm like, but the video's still up on YouTube. That was the original video's still up. How the fuck you gonna take mine down?
The whole movie.
Hypocrites, man.
But going into what you talk about, how they unjustly take brothers' videos down. Recently, I did a video, and I was talking about the elect, right? And then they took my video down and hit me with a strike violating policy, saying that I was tampering with getting how they just got Trump, that thing, the ballot boxes.
What?
They said because I used the word elect, they equated that with elections. Wow. And flagged me. I couldn't put the video on TikTok. I couldn't put the video on YouTube. I never talked about none
That's
of that
some
shit.
ignorant folly, man. You should have appealed that shit.
I did. and I lost.
She died.
But this it's just going back to what you said about the hypocritical nature, and they finding ways to get brothers' videos off. And it's crazy. That's the first flag I got. I thought Esau thought I was a hoe.
Well, yeah, the Lord killed her son. He killed her son first, and then killed her.
That's folly.
That was that bitch. What's her name? Will Jackie. She was the main one responsible for that mad move them like 3-4 years, and they was deleting the shit out of our videos. That was her. And Lord got her ass. Killed her son. She took the band-aid, and her son did too. And now they both gone.
Beautiful. There you go.
I
Exactly.
think they perished months apart, I think, right?
Feels pretty close.
Yeah.
Like I want to back you up, Elder.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Colossians 3:25. It says, "But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of persons." Right? All the rape, robbery, and murder that Esau has done to our people, man, he's going to get it back, man. You know, Scripture said, you know, deliver unto her double. You know?
All that coveting the field. Someone can grab that real
I got it. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man his heritage. So kind of going back into what you was talking about with the what was the dude name? Red Feather. They was taking Gad and like doing all kind of stuff with him. But then when we would try to return the favor, oh, we can't do that, you can't do this. Esau just
It's hate.
bullshit, man.
Yeah,
It's hate.
right. It's hate. And what Red Feather was doing was dispensing justice, man.
Defended this.
And he even said it. He said, "I'm not going to wait for them." He said they're here. They've already brought war to us, so I'm not going to wait for them anymore. He said, and they're not going to spill Shoshone blood without consequence anymore. Right? And so he waited for them, and when they went to attack the Shoshone, they counterattacked their ass and fucked them up.
I'm still holding that article. All right, so I'm gonna reread that first sentence about the Third World War. It says the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantages of the differences caused by the agent tour of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and the most bloody turmoil. Then everywhere the citizens, obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries, will exterminate those destroyers of civilizations, and the multitude disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic or deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. This manifestation will result in the general reactionary movement, which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time.
Hey, look, that's the spirit. Because I was gonna bring it out earlier during this so-called Christmas season, which was 2 weeks ago. This was the first time in years, and they said it wouldn't be a next one to 35, which that ain't gonna happen. But nevertheless, y'all rats off. But they were saying it was the only time, one of the only times for so-called Christmas and so-called Hanukkah, they was calling it Christmas-ka. You know, but they said that nobody was participating in it on the mass scale. They said, is America losing its religion? And it's because of these videos, man. Yeah, America is losing its religion, man.
It's a direct result of the word coming out, because America, you know, the lies of Christianity's been around for more than 500 years. All right, this gospel, you know, this thing of ours, says Abba Bivens, and it really didn't go mainstream until 2007 via the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. All right, because you know there are other camps out there now, and you know they do what they do, but it really went mainstream with Great Millstone. Great Millstone is the one who really pushed it. You know, IUIC, you know they got on the, you know they linked up with Esau, and you know they doing their thing, jet setting and shit on contract and all that with all that other shit. But they aren't the ones who made the gospel go. All right, because they only got about maybe 5 or 6 people that do videos in IUIC. All right,
Out of the 800 men,
out of 1,000 man camp, you know.
boots high as hell.
You only got maybe, you know, less than 10 men that do videos because they're not versed in the
These
scripture.
look like the Serbian army,
Right.
boys. Boots high as hell. Them Korean.
So the truth really went mainstream. Murph said it, and I actually heard one of the apostles. I heard somebody say it about how they don't know which brother said it, but and I knew it was Murph, but he said yeah, for all you brothers watching, it was actually Jeremiah who was the first one to say that. Coin that phrase.
And do a lesson on it.
That GMS made the whole world read their Bibles again. All right, because that's basically what people started actually reading their Bibles, man. Because they were reading it because they either believed or they were reading it because they were trying to find a way around the truth. And there is no way around the truth. And then Joanna was the one who said that GMS is the only true transparent group or organization that exists on the earth today, man. Because we tell you what the message is. Same message I told Elaine the other day, that the Bible is all about the fall of Israel, the rise of Esau, Edom, all right, and then the fall of Esau, Edom, and the rise of Israel again, and the establishment of the kingdom of heaven, of the Israelites being the new world government, and that all mountains and hills have to be destroyed, and that mountains and hills represent governments. So there's no Chinese, no Japanese, no Russian, no American, no British, no Israeli. All those governments have to be destroyed so that the Lord, who is the seed of David, will set up his people to be the judges of the earth in the order of Melchizedek. That is what the Bible about in about 30, 40 seconds. That's it. All right. And everything in between, it happens. But that's it. The kingdom of heaven is the nation of Israel ruling over the whole world and all people.
I got you real quick.
Bring it
out. Precept going into what the elder talking about. This is Isaiah 2:1. It says the word that came, Salaki. Isaiah 2:1. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. Going back to them governments.
In the top of the mountains. That's Yahushua. Somebody, while he's got reading that, somebody hold Revelation 22, 16 or 17. As soon as he's done. Go ahead, brother.
It said, no, it's all good. It say, and shall be exalted above hills, and nations shall flow to it. And quick point, when you go see these nations, what do they call it? They call it the UN Summit. The summit is the top of a mountain, which proves them governments understand what this Bible is talking about when it talks about mountains and hills. Why do they call it a summit meeting?
Right.
Because the summit is the top of a mountain. And right now, the so-called white man and the heathens have the mountain till the Lord come establish his.
And they about to get knocked down.
Man, what?
Right.
It said, and many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh and the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways.
This is how you know that the Israelis are not the people of the Lord.
Man.
Because they do everything that the Bible condemns to death. Especially when it comes to alphabet stuff and fornication. Strange sex. That's right, the whole Pink City thing. So they even got kosher pig now. So they violate the scriptures in so many ways. All right.
I was gonna bring that out, but I got something a little better and a little worse. They said don't come to the festival in Pink City unless you snipped. All right. They wanted kosher, and we will not.
Huh?
And we will walk. You got to be circumcised to go.
Wow.
Mocking the Lord's covenant. I don't want to say it. That's why the scriptures say.
Wow. So you can't come to Pink City.
To commit an abominable act. Now this is the covenant of the Lord. They said it. They say they'll be saying don't come unless it's snipped. I'm gonna just finish off this verse. It said, "For out of Zion shall go forth the law,
Speechless on that one, boy.
and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem, which proves that the top of the mountain that's to be set up, and that's that after the war to end all wars is the Lord's government, the Lord's summit, the Lord's mountain, which goes into the Most High, of course, who's always ruling. Then you have Yahweh Shai ruling the universe. Then you have King David ruling Israel, which gonna be the most powerful nation. Then you have his 12 men and the rest of the 144,000 elect order set up under them and the rest of Israel. But yeah, they say that.
Wow.
That's
right. I went and found what I was looking for.
I hope it wasn't that.
No. No, I wasn't looking for that.
I know you was. You over there bad as hell about that.
I put in I just put in the Google. I Googled Colorado extermination of Native Americans, and this is what popped up by Christians. And all these popped up. So I'm just read the titles and then I'm gonna pick one to read. But the first one was when Native Americans were slaughtered in the name of civilization, and that's on history.com. And this one is in Korean. So, but it's MFA government seeing American genocide of Indians, historical facts, and real evidence. All right. Oh, I'm gonna have to do a lesson on that one. This one is from nationalparkservice.gov. History and culture of Sand Creek Massacre, National Historic Site in U.S. This one's in Colorado because I did a lesson on this one probably about 5-6 years ago. I might read a little bit of that one. Streetroots.org. Methodists reflect on a role in Sand Creek Massacre. Same one. All right. For what they say, a bunch of Christians said, "We're sorry." No, did you give back the land? Did you move them off the res? Did you sell your house that was on that land and give the money to the people you stole it from? No, then fuck you then.
Yeah, they still on reservations.
You still on it. Why you still living in a big ass house on the land that you killed and took from my forefathers?
Right.
Talking about I'm sorry.
Big ass house.
I'm sorry, Murph. Right.
Big
now
ass
get off
house.
my land.
Right. Get off my land. Nigga.
Right.
$5.
Exactly. Facebook, Eastside Freedom Library, Book Talk, The Great Evil, Christianity, the Bible, and Native Americans. Wow, so they know, man. Christianity has nothing to do with the Bible, man. It was Christianity is just another title to hide behind to elevate Edomite superiority, just like MAGA, or just like when you at the fights and they started screaming USA, that's another way of them of pressing, because they can always say that they're just promoting the flag, but they're really not, because they only really say that when it's a white fighter in the ring. When an Edomite fighter is in the ring, especially if he's fighting somebody who's melanated.
Like Cobley and Joaquin.
All right.
And I believe Cobley is Jake, but on the appearance.
On the appearance, right.
He's an Edomite, and he come out with that MAGA shit, and they was just doing that in that last fight, and he got the lunch boxes put on him.
Yeah, then they got quiet. All right. This is Wikipedia, Native American Genocide in the United States. Denver Public Library. Through the Milk Creek and Meeker massacre. So they was just killing it, just fucking them up in Colorado, man.
They like to do.
Right?
They like to do. We say, whose hands were those? Oh, the guy that's missing. Oh yeah, those are his hands.
That shit was crazy.
Whose hand is that? Oh, this is. Yeah, I watched it. It's a lot. But this is them.
Yeah.
This is them.
Yeah.
So you might find something troubling your.
And I'm sure he went to church with his mama, who was freaking out.
And then he told
but you
Daddy,
know that, and that's now you know.
Daddy, don't worry about it.
And now you right. And now you know why Red Feather was killing them.
Right.
Killing them
Exactly.
women. Them Edomite women, because they won't give birth to fucking psychos like that.
Right. Psycho, man.
All right?
That psycho. Wow.
It's like you gonna give birth to a little devil who will grow up and murder and kill my people, man. And then walk around with a bald face and talk about love and Earth Pig.
Right.
All right?
Like
we don't worship Earth Pig over here. Because that's what Jesus means. G, Earth, Sus, Pig. Look it up, dumbass. All right. The next one. Voice of America English News. voanews.com. Puritan missionaries leave mixed legacy among Native. Well, they tried to hide it in that one. But let me click on this one and we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. I was trying to find what the Sand Creek, because that was the first one that I learned about. And I was sitting there blown away reading this shit. So yeah, National Park Service, Indians along the Big Sand Creek. Let's click on that one. All right, yeah, history and culture. The Sand Creek Massacre by Robert Ludino portrays this concept of the assault on a peaceful Cheyenne and Arapaho village by the U.S. Army. So meaning he just made a picture of it. That's what it mean by his concept. He drew, a picture of what he thought it might have looked like. It says, and that's what the image is I'm looking at. But it says on the morning of November 29th, 1864, the chief's this is the one I actually did a lesson on. I remember the name. The chiefs, Black Kettle, White Antelope, One Eye, and Yellow Wolf, Big Man, Bear Man, War Bonnet, Spotted Crow, Bear Robe, and others such as Gray Bear, aka Wolf Gray, and Little Bear were encamped by Big Sandy Creek, some 40 miles north of Fort Lyon. Alongside these chiefs were around 750 people from Arapaho and Cheyenne Plains Native American tribes. All right. After years of turmoil caused by the Western expansion by Edomites and these wicked ass Mormons, the turmoil was being caused by them. Wasn't no turmoil before they came.
Right.
Right. The Treaty of Fort Laramie began the process of limiting how much land natives would have in the Great Plains. Mind you, they made 500 peace treaties with the Gadites and the Reubenites, and they broke every one of them. They broke every fucking one of them. Then they had the nerves to build a mountain and put the faces of damn devils on them.
Right.
Facts.
All right. It says, the Creek, Arapaho, and Cheyenne people who were hoping to find peace between American colonists, military, and tribes who lived in the plains for many generations. And see, that's their problem. Red Feather knew ain't no peace with these people. Ain't no, never trust them. He was like, fuck that, we at war. He said, no more. He said, basically, he got to the point, he was like, no more blood of my people will be spilled. Basically, Red Feather was like, it's on sight. You see one of these pale faces, you put an arrow in his face, you put a blade in his belly. That was what Red Feather was on. He was like, fuck that. He said, ain't no more of my people dying. We ain't moving, we ain't moving around and trying to accommodate them. No fucking more. Fuck that. All right? And because his face stayed war ready. Because Gad wouldn't wear that paint until they were going to war. All right? It says, because his mama asked him, why is your face painted for war? And he said, because we at war.
Right.
And she said, no one war with Shoshone. He was like, these men, he's like, mama, look around. Fuck you talking about? No, we make peace with them. We do trade with them. He said, until when?
Right.
He said, as soon as they decide they want more than what you're willing to give, they're going to take that shit.
That's what they've been doing.
Right? And he was right. He was right. His mama was bad too, had to claim it. But actually, you know what, Murphy? It's all you, bro. They said a proclamation sent out at the beginning of the summer of 1864 by the governor in the territory of Colorado, John Evans, had commanded all friendly Native Americans of the Cheyenne and Arapaho to go to Fort Lyon to receive supplies and to find safety. So, just like that damn governor, that sick son of a bitch, and they believe it tells you never trust in our enemy. They told them, look, y'all can come and we're going to give you food, we're going to give you some water and some supplies and this peace. We don't want no trouble with y'all. We're going to do this deal and and we're going to take this land. We're going to take your land, buddy. We're going to take your land. But we got a place for you to live. It's kind of fucked up, but at least it's a place for you. It's a reservation. And they always put Gad in the places where that nobody else wanted, right? It usually was no running streams, no water, no rivers, and the soil wasn't that great. But it says anyway, it says John Evans had commanded all friendly Native Americans of the Cheyenne and Arapaho to go to Fort Lyon, all the friendly ones. So if you're friendly, you come. If you one of them, you want the red feather motherfuckers, y'all stay back. But it says within the territory of Colorado that all members of the military should shoot and kill the natives that approach the fort. That's the order he gave. So he told them that they could go, and then when they would come, they were getting shot down.
Motherfucker.
They come in thinking this peace is all right. We're about to make a deal with the pale faces. Everything's the no more war, and so they were shooting men, women, and children. Right? And guys like, I don't give a fuck about gender, age. Old man, woman, kid, kill them all. All right. Yeah, this shit should make you mad, man. It says, unfortunately, this was in direct conflict with the standing order at all force within the territory of Colorado that all members of the military to shoot and kill any native that approached the fort. Responding to the proclamation, Chief Black Kettle of the Cheyenne had taken steps to negotiate peace and had contacted Major Wynkoop at the Fort Lyon, and it was Black Kettle's. Oh, and why you think he was called Black Kettle? He was dark as fuck. That's why. All right. If it wasn't for his hair, you would think he was a so-called Negro. All right. But it says, should this peace be successful, he and his people could live free once more. But until the peace was settled, Chief Black Kettle was fearful for his people, who were subject to violence by the American military. Not just the military, but just the regular Edomites who were all walking around, because now repeater rifles were out. You know, those Henry rifles, those repeater rifles.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a game changer for the Edomites. Because now you had one man that had a rifle that could fire 7 shots, that had was very powerful, and it could be reloaded real fast. All right. And then they had them big ass 45s. All right, on their sides too, which is also was a repeater weapon.
Yeah, Gatling gun.
Well, I'm talking about a personal. You had a gun that could shoot over and over again. It wasn't some bam. Right, you can shoot again and again. Right, that's what I mean by repeater revolvers. And then that lever action gun, they can shoot again and again.
Yeah.
So if you got 10 men that could shoot again and again, you could take out 100 men that can't.
Right, they shooting arrows.
Right.
You let it ride.
Exactly.
Esau blessed with the sword.
If that was his blessing, he was a murderer. So that was a game changer. Then they put that in the hands of almost every Edomite had one in their house. So now you got the militia, and then you get a whole city of Edomites that come out there too.
Right.
Right. And they go do them a good old fashioned massacre. They go down to where the Gadites are sleeping, and they go in the middle of the night or early in the morning, but they wait for the braid. They watch the braves ride out to go hunting, and then they go in and kill all the men, women, and children, and old people, and then all the braves come home, and all their families is dead. Their wives have been taken into slavery, their daughters, and turned into squaws. You know what a squaw means, right? Squaw means pussy. When they say bring that squaw, right? Basically, she didn't have a name no more. She was just a squaw. She was pussy, all right? And what they do, they would tie them to the tree, face to the tree with their arms around the tree, and just rip off their garments and hump them from the back. She was a squaw, and they would leave them tied to the tree, and all the men could just go hump them at will. Because you got a chick tied to the tree with her ass up.
They showed you that in Game of Thrones where they got the big bitch Brienne, but they didn't do it when they cut Jamie hand off.
Yeah.
Said, go ahead, get her tied up. He goes first.
There it is.
They drug it to the back. He said, go ahead, get it. They did tie her up, get the bitch.
Cersei told Sansa that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When, was, coming down,
when he made her drink the
She
wine.
told her to keep drinking.
Yeah.
She said it'll make it easier for you. Because she was telling her, when those men come through that door, they about to wear our ass out.
Yeah, she said, hey, either you want to be dead or drunk when they get in here. This shit, you finna, that cocktail sound is coming, bitch.
Right.
See this, but this is real life, man. I got some scriptures to back this conviction.
Yeah, because then it gets to the point where they just murdered and killed him, and I don't even want to read it because it's gonna make me mad all over again. But you get the point and the nature of it. But go ahead and bring out the scriptures.
Hold on, let you read that one first. No. Matter of fact, read the Sirach first, then read that one.
This Sirach 10:8, because of unrighteous dealing, injuries, and riches got by deceit, and the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
And that's what y'all witnessing right now, because see, going into what the elders going into, breaking down this TV show, that shows you unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit. All these land grabs, all this killing his own people so they can kill more of our own people. That's what that is. Read what you got, Al.
Your sacrifice will be greatly appreciated, brother. Huh? Pow!
That shit funny. Nigga, let me at least join the militia. You punk ass nigga. Go ahead.
Numbers 35 and 32. And he shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge. And he should come again to dwell in the land until the death of the priest. So
what's that, the blood scripture?
Yeah, Khan, it was the one. Yeah, it's right below. I'm getting
Go ahead, Khan. That's the
So
one.
ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
And this is why the so-called white man gotta die. No, keep reading. Read the 34.
Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell. For I, the Lord, dwell among the children of Israel.
So the Lord seen them shed all that blood, and he understand that he shed it. And the scriptures let you know that we gonna be found in this man's hand. We gonna be delivered through divine intervention. Hey, it was divine intervention that they came they punk ass over here and took us down.
No.
Cause
Yeah, the Lord allowed them to do
like
that.
dealing with me bad.
Yeah.
The Lord put that spirit on him to do
Yeah.
it because we had to get punished. Now our punishment is up.
Oh,
That was still our punishment, huh?
I said, our punishment is up and theirs is just beginning.
That's right. Somebody get Lamentations
right
for
here.
nigga. Let's go. See, he was in the Murph camp originally before they took him. Go ahead.
This is the book of Lamentations. This is the book of Lamentations 4:21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz." It says the cup. What is that cup? That cup of torment. That cup of slavery.
That's right.
It says the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Hey, it's Esau's turn to go into slavery, man, for that 1,000-year period. And ultimately, what's that? Obadiah 1:18. They're going to be exterminated after that, man.
Khan.
We
And it
talking
says-
kingdom years, nigga.
Yeah.
Real years. Not motherfucker asking me what the day. I don't know what the nigga. I only know the Sabbath and when I get paid. This shit go by so fast. I don't know. Like I don't even pay attention to it. Go ahead.
Lamentations 4:22 says the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right. That's why 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 really start at verse 7. It
I
says,
got that.
See.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter
Real.
6. And this is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 6
All right.
and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
See, hold on. That's why the elder Malcolm said, and that's the spirit, because I quoted that earlier, but I quoted the apostle of the Ricard saying that this all is about Esau and Jacob, man. And you gotta understand. I brought this out this morning before they came and got me. Hey, look, you gotta understand. This is all about Esau and Jacob, because of who it started with. It started with Cain and Abel. And why did the scripture say from what? From the blood of Abel to the blood of Zechariah. That's why it told in 2nd Ezra the 4th chapter, he told Esdras from the time of Adam to the time of to your time, then to the time of threshing. Because this all goes back to Esau and Jacob and everybody else just extras. Go ahead.
Verse 8, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right, so all you monkeys talking about the Apocrypha ain't part of the Bible. Why do you think this is Genesis? This says it in Genesis.
Yeah,
Well,
it's stupid to say that because that just goes to show you people
Monkeys,
don't do no
man.
research or they have serious cognitive dissonance. Because I probably got about 20 Bibles. I have 3 Bibles that go all the way back to the. I think my oldest one, I got one from the 1560s. All right, I got the King James, and then I got another one that's from like 1835. All right, and all those old Bibles have the Apocrypha in it.
You know,
And the one from the 1500s, and that one from 1850s have precepts in the Apocrypha to Matthew, John, Ezekiel. Come on, man, they got
Right.
precepts in them.
right?
So so they remove the Edomites remove the Apocrypha because of what's in it.
That's right.
Because it makes it clear that it's all about race and nationality. All right. So it kills the Christianity message. It proves that the Lord doesn't love everybody.
That's right.
It proves that there was no such thing as a virgin birth.
That's right.
And it proves that, and then more, and the thing that they hate the most is that it proves that the white people today are the Edomites, that they were the Romans, that the Romans were Edomites.
That's right.
Which they pride themselves about the rebirth, the Renaissance. They know that they're the descendants of the Romans. And the Romans, the leadership, because Rome, all people were there, like Chicago, New York. But the ruling class people in Rome before it fell and Jake took over, all right, was Esau.
That's right.
All right, and they know that. So those are three of the main reasons. Right, and then also it kills the woman worship too in Ecclesiastes 24th, 25th, and 26th chapter. It completely destroys that whole woman worship. All
That
right,
shit's some folly, man.
completely.
But
Right.
them niggas in Israel teach the apocrypha. Them J-Brews don't believe in it, man. They'll tell you.
Well,
that
they also
they believe in
they still
J-S-U-S.
believe
We
it.
can
They
end it with that.
they still think that Japhet was that there's two sets of white people. That they're Edomite white people and they're Japhetic white people. So
Yeah.
so they already let you they not on the level to even have a conversation with.
Gentiles.
All right, we're gonna make this the last one, brother. We wrapping.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 41. I will whet my glittering sword, and my hand take hold on judgment. I will render vengeance to my enemies and reward them that hate me. And this recompense, man, because Esau shed too much blood, man. It's over with, And that's like going back to the lesson. What else is left? Ain't nothing left but death and destruction.
Because he's shedding blood now through the air, and in lots of ways. His sword has changed. Now he's spreading blood. Shedding blood now through band-aids, right? Through the giving out of band-aids, he's shedding blood. All right, that's why Biden, Sleepy Joe, he signed an executive order that, especially with the information that we just found out about side effects with a certain thing, we won't mention anything. You don't want a medical strike, but there's a certain thing that happened a couple years ago, and people are sick and dying with all kind of side effects as a result of it, and he just put in an order that the companies that were responsible for this, that were making all the money, that they cannot be sued until 2029. Wow. So basically, to me, that's admitting guilt, and then that's pushing it down the can, because he figure, Trump will be out of there by 2029, so he can't go after nobody if they can't.
Right.
You see?
Right.
So why are you?
Because he did say he was on that.
So exactly. So he put in an order that that nobody can be sued, until 2029.
Yeah,
you see that shit? So what that mean? And then what I saw now today, when the camera go off, I'm gonna share it with you brothers, because I don't want to, because we got a brother that's in the medical industry, and so few people know what I want to share. If I bring this out, he's, I don't want it to come back on him. So I'm protecting the brother right now. Hey, so with that, we're going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Abad Babal.
Abad Babal.